Now I want to talk about the tools and techniques that you'll use to put this table base together. You'll need glue, some water and a toothbrush for cleanup. This is very important. A mallet to knock things together. You'll need bar clamps, some sticks of wood to protect the legs while I'm clamping. The other thing that you're going to want is a rag. Because the first thing that you want to do in assembling a table base is you want to put it together dry, you want to get comfortable with the parts, you want to make sure that everything fits so that when you get glue on everything you don't wind up in a corner in trouble. I now have laid out on my bench all of the parts and tools I'll need to make my first assembly on this table base. The way these mortises line up, I now have 2 mortises here, which is where an apron can go, and it leaves 2 mortises here. So you've got to get your legs in the right orientation. So if I do that, and I know that I want to put an apron in there, your apron goes on so that if your legs are up in the air and you put this up, these holes are here. So the finished part of your apron is on this outside part here, and these holes go down so that when I turn this up, those holes that are going down would go up into the top. So now that I've got that oriented, I'm going to lay them down and keep them in the same orientation. And then what I'm going to do is take this leg and roll it up, and this leg and roll it up, and now I know that this apron will go in here, and this leg and this mortise here will go in here. And you can see that's got a nice tolerance on it, just a little bit of friction. That's a perfect fit on this. You don't want it too loose, you don't want it too tight. Now you basically have the equivalent of one end of your table dry fit together. What we'll do now is put the clamps on it. It's very important, particularly if you're going to do a natural finish on this, to put protection in a fashion that will allow you to put the clamp on without damaging your parts. We've now created our first end assembly. You'll need 2 assemblies like this to put the table together. Alright, so now I've got the 2 end assemblies on the bench and the aprons, and I've got them all oriented so that I know how they want to go together. And the thing you want to remember while you're doing this is that you're doing it dry now and it's very forgiving. Later on you're going to have glue on everything. So you want to feel pretty comfortable at this dry stage or you will wind up in a pretty awkward place. So you make sure your orientation is right again, and you get that seated in there. And now you can pretty quickly see that it's becoming a table base. And what I've done is put a clamp to stick to the end of my bench to give me something to push against. There we go, it's snugged right up. One of the things to realize too is you put this together once you have glue on it. When the glue is first fresh and wet, it actually is a little bit of a lubricant. That's if you've got plenty of glue in the joint and you're moving fast enough. You put the glue in the joint and you're moving too slow, it gets sticky, then you're going to start fighting it. So get familiar with your parts, dry assemble it a couple of times. If you're not comfortable, get comfortable with it, because when you've got glue on it, you don't want to be figuring it out at that point in time. Now is when you want to figure it out.